Let's now bring in Senator Rand Paul to respond to Bill Barr, who we just heard wants to strike the Iranian nuclear facilities. Rand Paul's also the author of the new book, Deception, the Great COVID Cover-Up, which we'll get to at some point. So you heard what he wants to do, missile attacks against the Iranian nuclear program, decimate it before they can go nuclear. What would you do?
You know, I have nothing but sympathy for the Israeli people at this point in time. I think that the primary objective at this time has to be to get the people that attacked them. They were in Gaza. Before we think about spreading this to the rest of the world, maybe we ought to think about exactly what's going on the ground there. I do think that there is immediate reaction sometimes to let's get everybody who's responsible. And without question, Iran had their hands in this. But you remember after 9/11, there were people who wanted to attack Iraq. They said Iraq caused 9/11. Turned out Iraq didn't have anything to do with 9/11. So let's see where the facts lie. Let's investigate this and let Israel need to do what they need to do, which is to have a punishing response to the people in Gaza to say no more. We're not going to let this happen again.
When you follow the money, if the money goes from the Biden administration and it goes to Tehran, and then Tehran sends it to Hamas and they use it to slaughter Israelis and Americans, what are we doing here?
Right. The question has to be is, everybody has the anger. Look, I've got the anger. I have no sympathy for these thugs pulling young women and children, shooting people point blank in the head. Nobody has sympathy for them. In fact, I think they lose sympathy for their cause by doing such horrendous, outlandish things. But at the same time, if someone says, well, we need to stop Iran from having a nuclear weapon, we're going to bomb them. We have to realize that there have been assassinations of nuclear scientists in Iran going on for about the last 6 to 8 years. Every time we assassinate one of them, the enrichment goes higher. We had maximum pressure sanctions, the enrichment went higher. People say they're within a week or two of enrichment. Now people say, we're going to bomb them to smithereens. Well, when you get uranium to like 100% or 95% enrichment, you can have as much as in that little box there, and you can hide it anywhere. You can have it in 20 different places. You can have it at the base of a mountain. You can't really put them back, and you can't really bomb knowledge away. And I'm not saying you look the other way. Something will have to be done, but we have to be careful of the bomb them now, bomb them everywhere, bomb them all the time. And our founding fathers were conscious of that. They said, we need to vote on these things. No one person, no president, no one person gets to decide when war happens. And while war is a means of retribution, it isn't always pretty, and it doesn't always get exactly what we intended as well.
That is a key point. The Biden administration cannot go off half-cocked, doing whatever it is that they're planning on doing or not doing without consulting with the U.S. Congress.
Well, look what happened in Afghanistan. They decided to exit from a commercial airport. What kind of moron leaves your troops in a commercial airport? When they do, 13 of our soldiers die. You saw what Joe Biden was doing at their funeral, checking his watch after each casket went out. So what did he do in response? Everybody says, you got to do something, do something. So he bombed an aid worker. A completely innocent worker and his family was bombed out of anger, out of sheer anger. So angry, I'm angry. I can't see those images without being angry and sympathetic to the Israeli people. But if you act out of anger irrationally, sometimes you do the wrong thing and make things worse. So all I ask is, you want war, you want to drop a bomb on Tehran, you don't do that like you're chewing, bubble gum. This is a really, really serious thing that we need to make sure we get right before we launch into a worldwide war.
Okay, we already know we can't walk and chew gum at the same time, so let's just take it one step at a time. Senator, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Everybody go check out the book right now.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.